Hey, welcome back to the channel NOTI Tribe. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to get ungated in grocery and topicals category to sell on Amazon. And by the end of this video, you'll have all the information that you need to get ungated and start selling in these categories. We're not going to waste any time here. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
On my own, I've been on my own little journey.
Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm just notified, and in this playlist I go over a lot of tips to help you become successful in your reselling career with Amazon FBA. Now before we get started, I did want to go over a couple of things, especially for the newer sellers on the platform, because this part wasn't explained to me when I first got started, and if you're confused by it, hopefully this is something that'll help out. So there are two different buckets that Amazon can approve you in. One is the brand, the other is a category or subcategory. So just to give you an example, this item here would fall under the larger toy category, but the specific brand of this product could be AEW Wrestling. So in this example, if you were to apply to be approved in AEW Wrestling, you would also be approved in the overall category of toys. So today I'll be showing you items that can get you ungated in the category grocery and topicals, and then you'll also be able to get ungated in brands like Colgate, and as a bonus, Crayola if that's something you're interested in. This is a quick and easy method, so you don't need a business LLC, you don't need a seller certificate. So I'm going to be walking you through what wholesaler to use, when to expect to get your invoice, and then also how to apply to be ungated in grocery and topicals on Amazon. You can go ahead and meet me at the computer and we'll hop right into it. Now let's first take a look at the Amazon requirements for a selling application. So the most important thing is you are going to need an invoice from a manufacturer or distributor, and on that invoice it is going to have to include some information. So one of them being it does have to be dated within 6 months of your selling application. The next is it will have to include your name and address that matches your selling account. Also, it needs to include the name and address of the manufacturer or distributor. And then lastly, you will have to show a combined purchase of at least 10 units of that item. So the last two boxes don't really make a difference, but you can omit the pricing information if you'd like to. And then Amazon just wants you to be aware that they could reach out to the vendor to verify the documentation. All right, tribe, so the site that we're going to be using today to get ungated in grocery and topicals is Pricemaster.com. Now Pricemaster is a large distributor that services convenience stores, so they have tons of products and product lines that you can go through. But you will have to go ahead and register for an account with them, and we can take a look at that right now. So once you click register, it will take you to this page where it's going to ask you for your name, address, and contact information. Just make sure that this information matches your Amazon seller account. Once you get done filling everything out, you'll scroll to the bottom of the page, click continue, and I believe from this point they are going to send you an email for you to verify that that's your email address. Once you've verified it, they should be sending you another email to notify you that your registration is being reviewed for approval, and you shouldn't have any issues in getting approved. Now once that approval is completed, they'll send you one final email just letting you know that you're able to access the site, log in, and start shopping. All right, so I'm logged into my account now. And there's a couple things I wanted to take a look at before we got into the items that I purchased to get ungated in. So over here in shop by category, I just wanted to open this up so you can see all the different types of product lines that Pricemaster holds. Anything from over-the-counter medicines to health and beauty, home and auto products. So there's a lot of things here, and if you wanted to go in and just browse around, I'm sure that there are other brand names and other categories aside from grocery and topicals that you could get ungated in. Now, if you do end up using Pricemaster to get ungated in anything other than what we're about to go over, feel free to drop a comment and let me know. I might be interested in checking it out myself. All right, the other thing that I wanted to go over is down at the bottom of the page. They have an FAQ section, and there's a lot of good information on this page. One of the things I did want to point out is Pricemaster does have an order minimum for them to fulfill your order, and that's $150. And that's actually $50 cheaper than what I had to pay back in September when I used the website. But the best way to try to build your order is mix and match as many brand names or categories as possible that you can get ungated in with Amazon to fill up that $150. There's also a lot of other helpful information on this page. They talk about how to manage your account. They also talk about the timelines it takes them to process and to ship orders. So feel free to go ahead and check all that out as well. Now I'm going to head over into my previous order so you guys can see exactly the items that I purchased to get ungated in grocery and topicals. All right, so here we are, and I'll run through exactly what item is going to ungate what category for you. So this first line item for Colgate, that ungated me in the brand Colgate, and it also ungated me in the category Topicals. This last line item of the Haribo Gummy Bears, that ungated me in the category Grocery. I also added Crayola into my order to ungate me in that brand name. And we're not going to worry about Sony. I bought it and it ungated me in absolutely nothing. So if you did want to use these items to get ungated, on the left hand side they have the item numbers, which you can use to easily just input into the search bar up top and pull up those specific items. I'll be sure to link them in the description below to make it easy for you to pull them up. But real quick, just so y'all can see, I'll go ahead and verify that all these items are still available on the site. First we have the Colgate, that's still here. The Crayola is still available. And you can still also purchase the Gummy Bears. And just so you know, I have heard that Pricemaster has been going in and out of stock. So if you're looking to get ungated using these items and they're currently out of stock, I would continue to just monitor them until they are back in stock. Or you can just go into shop by category to look up backup items you can use to get ungated. And for the grocery category, it'll be in food products. And then for topicals, it'll likely be under health and beauty aids. All right, so now I'll walk you through how to pull up the item in Amazon and to submit your selling application. For this example, I'm gonna use the Colgate Toothpaste. And really all you're gonna do is go ahead and copy the title of the listing and then go head over to Amazon. You'll go to catalog, add products, and then just paste it in the search bar here. Once that's done, it should pull up the exact listing, but just make sure that everything is the same here. So within Amazon, they're calling it Colgate Mint Zing Sparkling White Gel Toothpaste, 6-pack, 2.5 ounce each, total 15 ounce. Then if you go back to Pricemaster, you can see it's Colgate 2.5 ounce Sparkling White Mint Zing. And you'll have to pay attention to how Pricemaster lists their product. Here it calls out the case quantity and it's saying that 2 dozen will come in 1 case. Now there's 2 reasons I wanted to call that out. If you go back over to Amazon, it says that they're selling it in a 6-pack. And then here in Pricemaster, if you order 1 case, you're going to be getting 2 dozen in that 1 case. So you'll need to make sure to order enough cases to satisfy the 10 units of 6 packs for Amazon. But to make it easy, I'll put a bit of a cheat sheet in the description below. That will include the ASIN that you can use to put into Amazon, so it pulls up the specific listing for each of these items. And then also the minimum quantity that you'll need to order for each to satisfy the 10 unit requirement from Amazon. Now after you place your order, Pricemaster is going to send you an email confirming that they've received your order and it's being processed. They also then should follow up within a few days and send you an email to let you know that the order's been shipped. And then finally, they'll send you the email containing your invoice. And as you can see on the Pricemaster invoice, it does include the contact information and address of the distributor. It also does include the sold to and shipped to address of me, the buyer. And then lastly, it includes a description of what was purchased and the quantity ordered. Cool, so now that you have your invoice, you can now submit your selling application to be approved in that brand or category. So again, I'm using Colgate as my main example, but you'll just repeat all these steps with all of the other items if you want to get ungated in grocery or Crayola. So we're just gonna copy the name of the listing again, go over to Amazon, go into catalog, add products, and then you can paste the product name in the search bar and that'll pull it back up. Now, since you're gated toward the right for you, it'll say apply to sell. What you're gonna do is click select condition, click new, and then you'd be selecting apply to sell. From there, click request approval, and then that's gonna bring you back to this screen. Again, you'll go ahead and select the first option, which is submitting at least 1 purchase invoice from a manufacturer or distributor. You can go ahead and check off all these boxes. And then right underneath that, you're gonna go ahead and drop your files in, which will include the invoice from Pricemaster. And then I also like to submit pictures of the item as well to help the likelihood of my approval. You can add comments below if you'd like to, but beyond that, the final step is just adding your email address. Phone number is optional. Last thing you're gonna do is click submit. And then from that point, you'll just be waiting for Amazon to review your selling application. And that's gonna be it for this part. But I will go ahead and show you the approvals that I've gotten for these brands and these categories so you can understand around about the timeline when Amazon will respond to your application. And although I can't guarantee a specific outcome, this is the method that worked for me and several other resellers. Alright resellers, now that you're on your way to being ungated in grocery and topicals, even though it's purely an investment, you should feel good about it, because I feel that these categories will be crucial in growing your store. Because this really opens up the Costco's, Sam's Clubs, and any local grocery stores in your area to be able to source inventory and make money. But as you go along in your reselling career, you'll start to see that buying inventory just for the sake of getting ungated is not the most cost-effective way. The absolute best way to get ungated is to buy an item under a brand name that you're currently gated in at a lower price than what Amazon is currently selling it. Then purchasing enough units of that item where it reflects on the invoice to get ungated, and then also to make significant profit margins on that. If you're interested in learning how to do that, go ahead and check out the video that I have linked here. Also like and subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, because I will have more uploads coming to show a lot more detail around how to do this. But as always, NOTI Tribe, I appreciate y'all hanging with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.